Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in pretty quickly and just go over the upcoming full moon this weekend. I usually don't cover moons too often, but they definitely do hold a lot of powerful energy, and I do think that it is very worth paying attention to, even though it moves so quickly through all of the signs. It's a great way to start learning more about astrology. And, the moon rules like our bodies and our emotions. If you can think of the sign Cancer, the moon is the ruling planet for that sign. So it's a lot of that similar energy where if we're feeling extra emotional one way or another, again, depending on the signs or the aspects that it's dealing with for your personal chart, it's really can be quite insightful. So, and the only reason why I don't do the moon coverage more often is because it does happen so rapidly and I can only do so much with my schedule. I'm trying to put out as much content as I possibly can, but again, I never want to just produce content just for content's sake. I always want to provide you guys something actually worthwhile listening to. So, anyways, I really would love to go over this moon. Another big reason is because this upcoming full moon will be the last full moon of 2024. I cannot believe that we are nearing the end of this year already. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this year absolutely completely flew by. A lot's happened, yet at the same time, like it weirdly almost feel like things have been kind of slow or even maybe uneventful. And maybe that's just me speaking about my personal life. And I am like very grateful for the uneventful because I feel like the last 3 years, 2020 and on have been just insane. And I feel like I'm finally getting a little bit of break and getting back into myself again here. So, anyways, so the full moon will be occurring in Gemini this Sunday, December 15th, at 4:01 a.m. Eastern time. So this is actually known as the cold moon, and it marks the final full moon of the year and will bring a culmination of energies regarding communication, intellect, and social connections. That is because it is in the sign of Gemini. Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury. It's all about communication and interactions, and like in these modern times, social media, information, details, I like to think. And so, yeah, I mean, this will be just like it will actually also be coming in close contact with the planet Jupiter. So it feels just extra bright. And actually, I think I was reading that Jupiter will be illuminated by the moon in a sense that it will be so bright in the sky at night that it will almost light up the sky more than usual. So if you get a chance, go check it out, go outside and see if you can find Jupiter. Okay, so the interesting thing about this setup where the moon will be coming so close in contact with, well, about 10 degrees, but still close enough within the wheel, right? The zodiac wheel. Be so close into contact with Jupiter in the sign of Gemini is that, like I mentioned earlier in my Sagittarius kind of overview for the month or Sagittarius season, the interesting thing is that Jupiter is in Gemini, right, where the moon will be. But the funny thing is that Mercury, which is Gemini's ruling planet, is also going direct that exact same day. So we've been in Mercury retrograde for a couple of weeks now. If things have been felt a little bit more slowed down or even discombobulated to a certain extent, you can always blame Mercury retrograde, but it will be going direct the same day the moon is full. So again, Mercury is the ruling planet of Gemini. Very similar energies, loves communication, information, details. But Mercury going direct is actually going to be opposite of the zodiac, will be in the sign of Sagittarius. And the interesting thing there is, again, like I mentioned previously, Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius. So we've got this interesting dynamic going on where Mercury and Jupiter are kind of like staring at each other across the zodiac in each other's signs. They're both in like uncomfortable signs, you could say. They're in their kind of downfall location, more or less. It's not like a bad thing. It's just that they're not in their most like comfortable place where they can fully express themselves. The interesting thing, the Mercury and Sagittarius combination there is it's like a great storyteller. So again, Mercury loves like facts and information and details. Sagittarius loves a good, myth or legend, and it loves exaggeration. It loves kind of really telling an exciting story, whether it's true or not. So it's just this really interesting dynamic going on. And then again, Jupiter loves, again, exaggeration, expansion, abundance, optimism. In the sign of Gemini, it's like a little bit of tension there. Gemini, again, wants the specifics, it wants the details, it wants the information. And then again, so the moon, the full moon, is like coming into play with this dynamic. So I think what we can maybe start to see on a collective scale with all of these like energies combined is like, it's we've been in Jupiter and have we've had Jupiter and Gemini for quite some time now. So we've kind of just been seeing this like overload of information, more or less. And yes, I know that we are in the 20th century, and like with any and all social media, like I feel like we've been in an overload of information for quite some time now, but it's like extra overloaded. And so basically, the moon will be illuminating this at all costs. Like it's just really going to be amping up the energy of the noise, you could say, the information. Perhaps we'll just like honestly start to see more information surface that we've been maybe waiting for. There's a lot of really interesting current events happening, at the moment. Today is December 12th. Um, we've recently had like a really interesting assassination, a murder of a healthcare CEO, and that whole story almost seems like a movie. I don't know, it does to me. And so who knows? We might find out more information come to the surface with this dynamic come this weekend. Who knows? Overall, in conclusion, with all of these kind of energies at play, I do feel like the overall kind of message that we receive, maybe, it's going to be probably more than one on the collective scale, is like it will probably be good news. Like, I do think that with the energy of the moon in conjunct with Jupiter, it's lighting up this like positive energy. It's almost like bringing us positive news in a way. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of what we could start to look forward to for this weekend. I do feel like it will be a big, beautiful moon. So yeah, just enjoy, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys soon. I'm going to do another reporting very soon on Mars retrograde. We have also been in Mercury retrograde, but by the time this video comes out, we'll be done with that. Again, Mercury retrograde is like such a regular-ish occurrence. It happens a couple times a year, so I don't get too specific with reporting on it. But again, there's always something going on. I will be talking about Mars retrograde very soon because we are in this one for quite some time. We're not going to be out of that energy until almost end of February. So currently Mars is retrograde in the sign of Leo. It actually was opposite of the sign Pluto exactly on November 3rd, interestingly enough, around the election day. And so we've been just in this kind of funky energy for a while. And I'm not going to go too into depth with that right now. I just wanted to talk about the moon since that's coming up super fast. So I hope this was helpful for you. I just wanted to pop in and give a quick moon reading just because, again, it does affect our emotions and our bodies. And on a collective scale, we can see things playing out. So it's always fun to just see how they come through and manifest. And I'm wishing you guys a great rest of your week. Talk to you soon. One more thing, as a just big gratitude, thank you to everyone who watches this, and especially my patrons on Patreon. I will be giving out 50% off astrology sessions throughout the month of January. So book those. When I post the link, I will be posting the info very soon, but just look out for that information. I don't think I'm going to set like an end date. So even if you book the appointment while you're booking it in January, you can book it like anytime throughout the year. It doesn't have to be for the month of January. So anyways, just wanted to send that message on and just wanted to again say thank you for being here and listening and supporting. I appreciate every one of you. Okay, ciao.